Anyway, start recording and start streaming. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Go live. And
action.
Yeah. Hey, you called that about right when it went live, dude.
I need one of them things that chink chink.
Yeah.
You know?
Fucking hit Amazon.
AlfromDtown show number, what is this, 37 or 8?
38, Evan.
Whew.
I know. We're going to be at how many, that is one thing that I still get wrong. How many weeks are in a year? I'm either 52 or 54.
52.
52. Now, how many cards are in a deck of cards?
52 plus 2 aces, or 2 jokers. I mean.
So 54. That's what, that's what screws me up. That's what screws me up.
I can get it. The 52, right? Wait a minute. Yeah.
See?
Wait a minute.
For $1, Evan. No.
Yeah. 50, yeah, that would be, right. That would be 13 times 4. Yeah, 52, right.
13 times. Okay. 32. I got you. Oh, let me share this to Facebook real quick. And
there's a song I dig from Widespread Panic. It's called Jack. And the whole song, you listen to it about the king and queen and all this stuff, and you're like, after I like, this dude's talking about a deck of cards. I went and read the whole lyrics, and it's a very cool song, but it's all about a deck, the deck of cards and everything going on. And there's a whole lot of symbolism between the king. He's like, his sword is pointing up and down in every scene. And there's if you look at the kings and all this stuff, you really pay attention how sometimes the sword is up or the sword is down. And I'm like, these dudes got into this,
Right. Well, I don't know. I mean, musicians, especially songwriters, they can kind of write about anything. There's some weird songs out there, man, about some weird shit.
I cannot. I mean, I used to play, I always say I own a bass. I don't play bass, but I had a friend that was a guitar player, and back in college, we'd get together jamming, and we'd try to write stuff, and I can't write. I don't know how people just you hear bands and in interviews and like, oh, I told everyone go home and write a song tonight and come back tomorrow, and this is what this dude did. And I'm like, wait a minute, you told someone to go write a song overnight and they cranked out a hit like nothing to it. I'm impressed.
Right. And I hope that ain't gonna keep doing that, because I pinned a comment, just when people came in, the first thing they would see is a comment that said, thanks for checking us out and supporting us. We love y'all. But I hope it ain't going to keep every couple minutes splashing in the chat room, because I'll have to kill that.
Yeah.
Just trying to do something a little nice,
Yeah, for the people.
Well, because I don't know, Evan. You really need to be here to babysit me on that Wednesday show.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. My parents said, okay, we're coming up. It's from their place about an hour and 45-minute drive. But anyway, they're like, oh, okay, we're going to head out right after lunch. So I'm like, okay, they'll have lunch. They'll be here by 2. They didn't get here till almost 4. And then we're talking and hanging out, and I went to check my phone. It was about 6 o'clock, and it was like AlfromDtown show started. I'm like, oh, ouch.
Yeah. And I know.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. And I thought about it after I made that post, and I was like, I kind of should have waited and sent Evan a text. And I even said, me and you were good friends. We just have horrible communication skills when it comes to the shows.
I guess.
Well,
I'm a bad communicator in general.
Look, man, you can only polish a turd, and it's still going to be a turd. So, there's no reason for us to sit there for 2 hours or 3 hours and do show prep for a 45, 50-minute show.
Right.
So we just get on here and do our thing, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, not too many people have told us they don't.
Well, I guess they just don't tune in. I can understand that. I don't really like to talk about stuff ahead of time because then we kind of hash it out. And then if we talk about it here, then it sounds like you're trying to reenact a conversation. And I hate the
Exactly.
fakeness of stuff like that. The what like kind of like I don't know, kind of like Bob and Tom stuff, kind of like it's
Yeah.
all hashed out ahead of time
Right.
and it's set, it's scripted.
Yeah. And like when we were talking about gambling, I said I said shut up. I said we should be talking about this on the show because I'm the same way. If it um if we talk about it before, then talk about it again, it like you said, it's like it's scripted, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like somebody said in the chat, fake news.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fresh or whatever. We start talking about gambling, and I was talking about Dan Blitzeri, and he's that millionaire gambler, how he was playing online, and you mentioned Dana White that he was kicked out of one of the casinos because
Yeah,
he was kicking ass.
yeah, I think he won like 1.2 from the Palms, and they gave him a gold belt, like a UFC belt, and it says the reigning champion, and it was pretty much a belt to say, hey man, you can't gamble here no more. And I think there's look it up because I'm not, that I don't want to be accused of spreading falsehoods, but I think there's a couple of casinos that just said, Dana, you can't play here.
Is it because he's got too much money or he's too good? I mean,
Look,
no
man,
one's got too much money to gamble at a casino, you
they
know?
they didn't build them casinos to lose money.
No.
So, I mean, and you do have the right to refuse service. So,
I
I
guess
get what do you
if
do?
if they catch you, counting cards or whatever like that, but like I said, I can't imagine too much money. When we went, I mean, the woman went to Vegas a couple years ago. We took the helicopter ride when I did the Grand Canyon thingy, and we're coming back and the pilot, when he's dropping us off, he looked over and there's a hangar next to it where usually have like 5 jets, but there was only 4 there. And these are big commercials. And he's like, one must do some gambling somewhere. And he said, if you want to gamble, they'll come get you anywhere in the world. If you're willing to wager $500,000 a day, they will come get you anywhere in the world and fly you back in the jet to Vegas, and deliver you to whatever casino. I think this is owned by a couple casinos. That's
Now,
crazy.
now Skeller in the chat room says Dana White runs a system.
Runs a system.
Yeah, so maybe he is like counting cards and shit.
Huh. He's a smart dude. He's bold dude. I mean,
Yeah.
how he got started and everything. Because there were 2 brothers that owned a casino in Vegas. And he went to them and like borrowed like 40 million just for UFC, and then kept like going back to him, and like I think it erupted like 100 million
He
or
borrowed
something stupid.
$40 million.
And then it was like at the very where it was like UFC was about to crumble, and he went back to him and said, give me another 40 million and let me see what I can do. And they're like, we're so far down, why not? And then he turned it around at that point, and UFC went huge, and he ended up paying the dudes back and bought them out and everything. They were kind of silent partners and everything, investors in it. But yeah, I mean, when you got that much money, it was a pretty cool interview in Playboy some years ago.
Man, Playboy.
Yeah, you look at the pictures, you read the interviews, and then you throw it in the trash. I mean,
I don't
that's fucking Playboy.
You know what killed Playboy for me?
What?
When I found out they airbrushed. It killed it. Had to take it out of the Spank, museum.
What's funny is Playboy has never even they've never even denied it. They're like, hey, we're selling a fantasy. We're not. Of course we airbrush. Yeah, we airbrush. We touch stuff up. Yeah,
Do you know one of my favorite ones, and I can't remember her name, but she was a centerfold. But she had I'll never forget it. It was, I think, either a yellow with the red stripe, like 57 Chevy, and she was changing the oil in it. Do you know how?
Okay.
Yeah, I drove around for months looking for some hot chick, and
Not gonna happen.
no, it didn't.
Once again, they're selling a fantasy.
And they did, and they got me. I got my oil changed like every other day. There was never no hot chick in there, because I was gonna, like request her. Can I get that blonde right there?
Yeah, pull out the book, show them. These damn pages are stuck together. Never mind.
Oh man.
Just get her out here.
Anyway, let's try. Let's get to a little news. And Evan, off the get-go, here's your chance to win $1. Boston Transit Agency is trying these sensors on elevators. Evan, for $1, what are these sensors put on the elevators for?
Body temperature.
No.
Counts the number of people.
These are urine sensors, Evan. The Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority hopes with a new program to tackle public urination in system elevators.
I apologize. I didn't know that was a problem.
I guess in Boston, if you gotta pee,
Oh, okay. So this is funny because at work they put up this sensor thing. Like when you walk in the door, it looks like a little panda bear. It's got 2 cameras, and it will measure. I think it's like 10 to 15 people, their body temperature, everyone at one, and it will report which person is high. Like if everybody's walking in the door in the morning, somebody's got COVID, it would trigger to security that there was one person. It's like it measures your forehead. You got to take your hat off walking into the building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know what these cameras cost, but anyway, they never caught a single person.
Yeah, technology, man, it's going to be eventually where you don't even need to pull out your debit card. They're going to be scanning your pupils and shit like that. So yeah, that was that one. I guess that people just peeing right there, open the elevator door, and
that's horrible.
Anyway, jailbirds leave behind $3,000 mess at historic lockup. This is over here at our neighbors to the east in Indiana. A family of jailbirds has left behind nearly $3,000 mess at the historic Steuben County Jail in northeastern Indiana.
How?
They are spending this money to clean up the waste that was left behind by a family of starlings that came down into the old the flue pipe on top.
Chimney?
Yeah, chimney. Damn it. I could not think of that damn word. So there you go. $3,000 worth of damage, man.
Bunch of birds did. That's, yeah. Make a mess.
I don't know if we did the story or not, but there was like a home in Arizona or something where the scorpions, the guy, I guess he went to jail or something for like 2-3 years. He had this house out in the middle of the desert. When he came home and opened, there was like thousands of scorpions inside his house. Yeah. I was like, man, you just got to burn that shit. You just got to.
Yeah, torch it. Those things are. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, them scorpions, and the little ones are like the most deadly ones. I guess if you're going to get bit by a scorpion, the bigger the scorpion, the better.
I didn't know. I was down in Texas and I saw a baby one, but it was already stepped on, and I was like, oh my God, that's a scorpion. It's not something you see up here,
No.
And I think of that movie Clash of Titans years ago or whatever, where the dude was fighting that giant scorpion. And
I don't think they get that big. I hope not. That would suck.
Yeah.
Disorder in the court. This one comes from Albany, New York, Evan. A courthouse in upstate New York was closed for fumigation Tuesday after hundreds of cockroaches were released during an altercation that broke out at an arraignment.
Wow.
We got to dig into this a little bit. Because I want to know what the hell, why was she carrying this thing of roaches?
A whole container of roaches and let it out in court?
Clash broke out during the proceedings. I wish they had this on tape or, video.
Oh yeah, well, let me open my can of roaches. Spin the lid off.
Hundreds of roaches brought into the courthouse in plastic containers were released.
How'd they get that through security? You got to empty your pockets?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just some Tupperware with a bunch of roaches.
What transpired is not activism. It is criminal behavior. Yeah. She was released. I don't know. I think you got to hold somebody like that for like a mental evaluation or something.
I would think.
Yeah, because, no, man, who's collecting roaches? Right there. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, most people try really hard to get rid of them.
This guy, man, and we talked about him. I want to say it was like 3-4 months ago. Anthony Akers of Richland, Washington. If you remember this guy, the Washington Facebook page puts up their like most wanted Wednesday or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so they put Anthony on there. Well, Anthony started talking to him on Facebook, and he was like, hold on, I should be there in the next 48 hours. I need somebody to take care of my dog.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, well, he didn't show up for court again after he got bailed out. So 2 weeks ago, I think, it would have been May 20 something. They put him up there again. He starts talking to him again. But this time, it wasn't to find somebody to help him, watch his dog. The dog died, Evan.
Oh, my God.
So he had planned a funeral and promised to be there by Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Evan, guess what happened Friday afternoon?
He did not show.
No, he still hasn't shown up. So, Anthony, you made a promise on Facebook.
Quit teasing these people.
His last post says, calm down, I'm going to turn myself in. Oh, man. Anthony, and you're grown. You're a grown-ass man, Anthony.
He's just taunting them.
Yeah.
At least he's somewhat cooperative.
Argument over eaten toaster strudel leads to fight, stabbing at Florida student housing, Evan.
These kids are irate.
Well, look, man, we're not talking a Pop-Tart. We're talking a toaster strudel, man.
That's worth going to battle for.
Man, and it's got that good glaze.
Yeah.
That you can put it heavy on one side if you're only going, you can hook it up. So, I mean, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I can too.
And then there was this one. Geniuses lose their cars after doing burnouts in front of police department. A group of teens celebrating graduation recently learned a lesson that isn't taught in schools. During a burnout in front of the police department is a really bad idea.
Burnouts in general, bad idea, but in front of the police department, what's the logic of that?
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they got it all on video.
Yeah.
So they were, all three drivers were quickly arrested for reckless driving and their cars were impounded. At least two of them were forfeited to police. Ooh.
Dang.
And this it had the sting as the white Dodge Charger appears to be a Scat Pack wide body and those start at 53.
That's some money, yeah. So the woman's son, he's got a best friend. He's getting married next week in Nebraska. The dad, like 2 years ago, he's retired now and got his life together and all that jazz. And parents kind of split. But anyway, he buys a 69 Camaro. Black, beautiful car. Beautiful. I mean, not high-end show car, but a really, really nice show and drive, you know. And then last year, he had just put in a new 383 stroker. He has a stroke, can't drive and all that stuff, paralyzed on half his body. He finally can drive again. He only has one arm, really, that he can use. And anything he drives, he's supposed to have a steering wheel knob. Well, he got out the 69 Camaro the other day. And I guess out on the highway, really close to here, he pulled out on the highway, leaving a relative, decided to do a burnout, went lane to lane, tapped it off a guardrail, and then was heading for a semi. So he swerved and went off the road, off the ditch, and crumbled his car and bounced his face off the windshield. And one less 69 Camaro on the planet.
Oh.
Yeah, no seat belt. And he told the cops, I was going to do a burnout. Well, you tried. Nice job.
Wow.
Yeah, I was sorry to hear that. Yeah, this was a nice car. He could have killed himself. I guess he wasn't going too fast, if he was just weaving from lane to lane and bouncing off shit. But got away from him.
Man.
Gone.
Man, I don't think the only thing that I ever did, and it was accidental, I had a Mercury Bobcat that was a 4-speed, and we put, my stepdad did a lot of work to the motor, so it had a little power in it. And I jumped in it, and it was in gear, and I just clicked the key, and it lunged out in front of a bunch of traffic on El Dorado.
Oh,
so
shit.
it started, because it jumped, and I had my foot on clutch. I just popped the clutch real quick. So, and then I went to hurry up and go. Well, then back wheels caught. And I just did a hell of a burnout and almost did I did a 360 and then another 180 pointed the opposite direction and just I kept my foot in it the whole time. Didn't get, pulled over or anything, but my buddy Rich was like, yeah, we probably ought to stay away, from the East El Dorado for a while.
As El Dorado, the cops were used to it,
Yeah.
Another burnout in El Dorado, but yeah, I'm glad, all the dumb shit I did in my 68 442. I can't believe I've never wrecked it. I've spun the thing out. I've done a lot of dumb stuff, and just being a kid, a whole carload of people and doing over 100 and something miles an hour, just stupid shit that I am so happy that no one had to read about me in the paper, you know what I mean? Killing a bunch of people and
right.
And as dumb shit as a lot of kids are these days, it seems like most of the kids have gotten over the car stuff. I guess because really there's not a lot of car culture anymore, Not like there was years ago where that was what every kid wanted to get their license and have a car and all that shit. Most kids don't care these days. But I don't hear about kids doing the crazy 100-some mile per hour, flybys and shit that I used to do. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I used to do some dumb shit. I'll admit it.
Yeah, we got a problem in Decatur. Well, there was that teacher or whatever. Yeah, I think I don't remember her exact title, but she was a teacher or something at St. Teresa, and she was pulling out, and some dude was doing 80. Oh, getting it down that road and hit her. And I don't think she passed away. I'm not 100% positive. I think she was, I think it fucked her up though. I think
Yeah.
she's going to be fucked up for a while.
That's sorry to hear. When I hear stuff like that, I'm like, I'm glad I never did
Man.
damage to any people because I was just young and stupid, and I had a fast car and an unsafe fast car. Cars these days, you've seen pictures of people wrapping one of the new Camaros around a pole and they walk away, and it's like, no, older cars are split in half.
Yeah, you wouldn't be walking away from that.
No,
No.
no. My convertible doesn't even have crash beams in the doors like new cars do and shit. It's just it's horrible. About as safe as a motorcycle.
Right. Which I wouldn't, man. I wanted a motorcycle for so long, man, and I had so many buddies that had to lay them down for people pulling out in front of them and shit like that. And I was like, man, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm same way.
Man, I was going to read this story, and I don't know why it got moved. I kind of just read through it, but it was that dude that got swallowed whole by the whale.
Oh.
Did we do this story?
I don't think so.
Yeah, lobster diver Michael Packard, 56, recalled his near-death experience after he found that he had been eaten by a whale getting stuck in the mouth of a 27,000 kilogram humpback.
I think that was an acid trip. I don't think that really happened. No, I do remember this story.
Yeah, I think we did do it.
This comes a blur after 37, 38 shows.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why that was up at the front like that. Because even it says 2021. So, unless they just re-interviewed him or something. It says June 11th, 2022. So, yeah, it looks like they just went and interviewed him. And he just got slammed like he said, like he was hit by a freight train, and then all of a sudden it went black. And the water was rushing around me, and black. I could feel pressure on my whole body. I knew, and I was just moving through the water like wicked fast. And I'm like, what the fuck? He knew instantly he was in a whale and not a shark.
And he got spit back out?
Yep. And thought, this is it. This is how you die.
Yeah, I would think it was over at that point.
Yeah, man. I mean, So yeah, he made it, man. He had ligament damages to his knees because the way he was being tossed and everything. Oh my God, this guy, he's recounting a plane crash he had experienced 2 decades prior. Man, you got to stay in the house.
He's lived through some stuff. That's impressive.
Man, now I'm kind of more on him. The plane crash, he said he was hurt more. He was in the jungle for 3 days. He punctured a lung, 4 broken ribs, 180 stitches in his head, and he cut his Achilles tendon.
Wow.
Yeah. Luckiest dude ever.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Is it? Mark Hoffman said Friday is National Garbage Man Appreciation Day.
Really?
Yeah. You know what, though? I'm on vacation.
What?
I'm on vacation starting Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
So right on. I tip my hat to the garbage man. That job sucks.
Yeah, that's a tough job.
Man, but I love it. I love being outside. I helped one of my farmers out Friday, and I think I did it. If you didn't catch the Saturday morning preview show, as soon as I got there, I saw him standing out there, and he was like, damn, you're early. And I was running about 30, 35 minutes ahead. And then he was like, he was like, you know, I need your help. So, you know, I got to figure out, and I was wondering, so I got to researching myself, because we took this pole out there, but it had a wire to it, and it was like a box. It almost looked like a cartoon stick of dynamite. I was waiting for me to get out there and that dude, like, you know, hit the plunger and me blow up or some shit like that. But,
Okay.
But what it does is it was testing, because he had already went out and tested like around this wet area of the field, and that it was reading how much moisture was in the soil.
Okay.
So where this water tiles broke, it was like over the fucking charts. Like it was pretty much, well, you could feel it. Like on that four-wheeler driving out there, you could feel yourself sink down as soon as you got like in this area. So, yeah, it was, yeah, like I said, dude, I know more about farming from that dude. Just that dude alone. Hey, Al, give me a hand with this.
I'm fascinated by it because we're so detached from it all. I mean, everything would just go to our grocery store, and at work, I work, you know, with the guy whose family farms, and he'll probably retire and continue to farm and all that. And it's such a hard gig, and you know, that to get into, that you don't unless you grow up into it as a family. You know, I mean, what it takes, how many acres of land, how many millions of dollars you're talking about in land and equipment just to start farming. Who's going to start doing that? You know?
Right. Which
it's fascinating.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I could almost see myself doing it because I got those hours. You know, I get up at the butt crack of dawn, you know, and
it's hard. Farmers are be respected because you've got to be an accountant. You've kind of got to be a little biologist. You've got to be a mechanic. You know, use your equipment, unless you're one of the rich ass farmers that goes and they get like new equipment every couple of years and trade their stuff off. You know, most guys are fixing stuff, you know, and
right.
And you've got trucks, you know, that you've got to also, you know, unless you belong to some co-op, a lot of them have, you know, they got 18 wheelers too. You've got a lot to deal with. And and you're watching weather all the time and everything going on.
Right.
It's scary. You can lose your ass one year and, you know, then make some good money one year. It just depends.
Right. Well, I tell you what, that's almost it on news. We'll go check out Dave Mortland's Bozo Criminal of the Day, Evan. This one, this is what's known as an unhappy ending.
Oh no.
Yeah. Thanks to Bozo. This one's from Tampa, Florida. Cops were called to a report of a collision between an SUV and a FedEx truck. The police checked out the occupants of the SUV and found a man and woman both butt naked, Evan.
Nice.
It didn't take too long to put together what had happened. Apparently, the woman was performing a sexual act on the man who was driving and lost control, crashing into the FedEx truck. In the meantime, the man has been hospitalized with what was described as injuries to the groin.
Ooh, she bite down during collision?
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
I'm sure it's happened before.
Man. Yeah, see, I don't know. If you're going to do it in the car, I think the car's got to be parked, man. Safety first. Not just your safety, but the people around you. You know.
Oh, come on. We've both been there.
I've never had sex in a car while it was moving. Yeah.
You've had roadhead. Come on.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. but I shouldn't have.
Exactly. But you're not going to say no.
That's true. But
You're going to keep driving.
why would she be butt naked too? That unless she was going to try, I wonder if she was trying to get in a position, and because he could have bent that if that some bitch was hard. And he probably wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
Probably not.
Airbag came out, smacked him right in the wiener.
Smacked her in the head.
Oh my goodness.
She got hit by a couple airbags.
Man. So yeah, that's it on news, man. I didn't really even look at anything else. I don't know anything else that's really going on. I just kind of this week, honestly, I just kind of tuned out.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh shit. Toby Keith announces he has stomach cancer.
Bummer.
Yeah. That ain't good, man. Anytime that cancer shit gets into your your lower digestive, that's kind of some scary shit, man. No,
yeah, it's hard to treat there.
Yeah, no cancer's good. None.
No.
Yeah, nothing really going on. So, yeah, man. I don't know. We kind of talked about if you watched the January 6th thing.
The insurrection.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I can't lie. So, I mean, I just kind of watched some highlights of it and all that shit. And it just, I don't know. I'm just really not interested in it. To me, the FBI and shit, haven't they made a lot of arrests? And
yeah.
Shit? Yeah, so to me, it should be done.
I think this thing's getting milked a little too much. Yes, this is our capital, but no, this has happened before. How many guns were found afterwards? 0. There's evidence that they, let them in, opened up. There's video out there, open the gates and let all these people in. And I don't know how long we're gonna take this. It's been milked enough.
Well, it almost kind of feels like it's here, look over here. Don't worry about what's going on here. Hey, look what's going on over here.
There's been a lot of that lately.
A sleight of hand, if you will.
Well, that's what our media usually feeds us some bullshit or gets us to argue about something while something else is going on. And I think a lot of that lately, the whole abortion thing is just kind of more of it. Let's just get these people stirred up to talk about shit,
And what's funny is it's not even, look, I have no right to tell a fucking woman what to do.
Right.
I never would either. I don't want to. I want, to me, we're individuals and we should be able to make, decisions if they don't affect anybody else, and there's a lot of shit. That's why I'm more independent libertarian, because I don't want, I know some people that are real conservative and, sorry, I don't agree with all that shit either.
No.
But yeah, that shit, man. Yeah. Quit wasting our fucking money. They hired like the dude that used to run ABC to produce that.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, come on, man. That's something that should have been done on C-SPAN and, not, because does the government have to pay for that airtime?
I don't know how that works, but I would assume, but the way our media is these days is like, I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know because I mean, them committees and shit, and that's not even I guess that committee isn't, what am I trying to say? Like even legit. Because like the Republicans are supposed to have an equal amount of like Republicans and Democrats, and there's like 2 Republicans, and then they couldn't even, choose who they wanted. Nancy Pelosi picked them, which to me, that's crazy. You can't do that. That's one thing that bothers me about that kind of shit, is that should be 50-50. And like drawing up congressional maps and shit like that. That should be a whole different committee. You shouldn't let a political party do that kind of shit.
Yeah, good call.
That's my opinion on it. But yeah, you gotta have both sides. You know what I mean? And that was kind of a one-sided, it almost one-sided deal. Like I said, but to be fair, I did not sit and watch the whole thing. I couldn't, because I just didn't care. I hate to say that. I hate to say that, but one chick died, there was a couple that died like after the fact, a couple of the guards, one guy had a stroke or something like that.
Yeah.
But man, you can't sit there and tell me, when the summer before that, there was billions of fucking dollars of property damage. Yeah, we had cities on fire. We had rampant looting. Where were those investigations?
DC was on fire. Yeah.
So, Mark asked me if I heard any more about the family you haul for that had the house fire. Yeah, they got settled into a new place for a little bit, and they get, they're getting a lot of donations, and the GoFundMe page is still up, and so they're getting some help, and that's a good thing. Man, my heart broke for them people, man. And
yeah, that's sad.
Well, pulling up and smelling that smell.
Bring back old memories.
Man, it did too. It fucking did too. I was like, oh. And you could smell it all through town. All through town.
Oh, I bet. Ugh.
So, yeah. What are we pushing at? We're about 52 minutes. Shit, Evan, you got anything going on?
43 minutes.
43 minutes? Oh, shit.
Do I have anything going on? Let's see. Oh, air conditioner went out in the house the other day again.
Oh, didn't you just get that? Get a new one? Oh.
No, I put in the, we have like a 4 seasons room, whatever, add on, and it has its own separate, like little air, like hotel style heating and air conditioner. I replaced that back in December. And then like 2 weeks ago, I run the fan all the time. And all of a sudden, like, fan's not running. It was like on Friday. I'm like, oh crap. And I called my buddy Wes. I knew he'd be about on the way from home. He's a maintenance guy in Peoria. So he came over and we found a blown fuse, and we stuck in another fuse, and the thing fired up. And so I'm like, okay. He's like, check this. And it's been running for 2 weeks, and then it quit running again the other day. So I don't know. Girlfriend's aunt's, she was over with her husband, and he used to own a little heating and air conditioning, and he checked something out, and he's like, I think it's the board. I'm like, wonderful. So we got somebody coming tomorrow. It hasn't got too hot. It's been okay. It's pretty comfortable. If it gets really bad, I'm going to go into the sunroom, and I'm going to close the door up in there. I'll sleep in there. But it hadn't been too bad, but it's supposed to get hot this week, so I got to get this resolved.
Yeah, and of course it goes out right, because I think we're looking at like 96 or
yeah, it's supposed to be 90s this week. So yeah, hopefully we'll get this fixed tomorrow. It's not that old it's a temp star. It's not that old. the compressor outside kicks on, so it's not all that. So hopefully it'll be something simple. I don't know. I'm tired of fixing shit in this house.
Well, you know what? I was thinking about that the other day. Now I know why some old people get condos and shit.
Yeah.
Because if something goes wrong, you just call them, hey, this fridge went out. Come fix it. Or the shitter won't flush.
Yeah, and that's been hard for me moving away from, like, I grew up in Decatur and I had contacts for everything. And then moving up here, it's like, if I can't handle something myself or I need another pair of hands, I got to find somebody, And so we have like I said, our maintenance guy, he's done a lot and he's finishing our roof. He was supposed to be over today and he did make it. We had some rain. But yeah, it's just never ending. And my house in Decatur, I mean, it was a brick ranch and I put a new roof on it, but that house I never had problems. It was just a well-built house and, the plumbing was solid, the electrical was solid, and I just never had issues really.
Right.
I was spoiled for a long time,
Evan, we're getting ready to call it. I forgot this news story, and we're going to do it real quick before we shut down the stream. Now check this out. If you're still listening or if you're listening later, we keep the recording going, and you can go to AlfromDtown.com and check that out. What you're going to want to do, it's going to be the first video in the video section, and you will click it and go like 45 minutes, 50 minutes in. If you listen to the show, and then just find the end of the show, and then boom, you get a little bonus. But this one, Taiwanese diners who legally changed their names to salmon to get free sushi for a month discover they can't undo it.
They changed their name to salmon?
Yep.
For a promo deal.
For a promo deal. Now they can't undo it. This just happened. It was in March of 2021 where individuals with the Chinese characters for salmon, Giyu, would receive all-you-can-eat sushi. Oh, it was only one day, too. Oh, my God. 331 people did this.
Changed for sushi one day?
They either had to change their name as change their names to such as Salmon Dream or Dancing Salmon.
Nice.
Some got stuck with salmon after having used all three of their allowed name changes. Oh, I guess in Taiwan you get 3 times to change your name.
And that's it, huh? What a dumbass rule.
Matt, yeah. We need something like that because I'd like to change my name, but mine would be like Harry Scroats or something like that.
Hey, would you blow me?
Yeah. And then I'd be stuck with that. Haywood. Anyway, guys, Facebook, thank you so much. We love you. Thank you for checking us out. And we will catch you next Sunday. And we'll probably Wednesday. Yeah, I'm on vacation Wednesday. I only have to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Nice.
And then I'm off. So we'll see you guys Wednesday for Hey Decatur Volume 3. Hopefully Evan will be here, keep me a little calm.
I hope so.
Anyway, guys, we'll see you next Sunday. Peace. We love you. Evan,
Later.
Tell these people bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for joining.
And stop streaming. Make sure that's off.
It's off.
All right.
Oh, so what were we just talking about?
Yeah, we're still recording, but I lit up a cigarette. I'm having a beer. What were we talking about? Salmon.
I don't know. I just got sidetracked.
We were talking about salmon.
Yeah, and sushi. You eat sushi?
Yeah, I've had it a few times. I kind of like the more the shrimp and crab meat. I'm not real like I don't like raw tuna. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know why. I love seafood and I love cooked tuna. But yeah, and I don't even like it rare. You know, I get mine like medium. And they always yell at me at the restaurant. Oh no, no, no. You need to get it medium rare. That's the highest you should go. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I want my shit medium. I just want a little bit of pink in the middle, almost, you know.
Yeah, not jelly still. Yeah. I'll eat some of those spring rolls and some stuff like that. I've never really been huge on it, but I'll take it, you know.
Well, I was gonna kind of save this for Wednesday, and we might. But I tried that Anna Thai restaurant.
Yeah.
Saturday. I kind of dug that, man. It was here's my go-to at a Chinese restaurant because I don't get anything if it's my first time. I don't get anything with seafood because number one, seafood is so easy to cook. So if you go to like a good Chinese or Japanese place, always get beef.
Really?
Because if they can cook that beef good, if the beef is good, like I got Mongolian beef. Oh my God, dude, it was so tender. I mean, it was like you barely had to chew it. It was like butter. So yeah, that got 2 thumbs up. I wasn't a fan of their egg rolls, but I think they're homemade. They're more like the spring rolls. You know, they don't use the big wonton, you know, like a regular egg roll or the wrap or whatever. You know, they kind of use the smaller spring rolled ones, which they weren't bad. Now their crab rangoon, creamy. It was some of the best I ever had.
I think I've had that there, but since I've become like gluten intolerant, I'm pretty selective. But we always get the chicken like coconut curry. Get about level 2 heat, 1 or 2, because you don't want that stuff really hot. But you know that's what I've gotten that takeout before and brought it back here. I mean that's some good stuff. Yeah, that's what we always get. And I wish I would try the menu more, but I always just end up getting that because I love it.
And see, that was my first time having it. So I saw the curry, and I like curry. I do. I went to the, it used to be a Mexican restaurant there across from the Ford dealership. And now, I don't know if it's still there, but it was an Indian restaurant. And I went in there and, you know, I had goat and I had curry goat and man.
Interesting.
Yeah, all their stuff. They had like a hot bowl. They made their bread and stuck it to the side and everything, and then throw you this piece of, you know, like it almost was like a tortilla, but it was bread. Yeah, it was pretty good. I like trying different things, man. There's hardly anything I won't try.
Oh, I'm with you, and if all I can say is enjoy it, because being like gluten intolerant, you know, I can't have wheat, you know, and that takes out pasta, bread, and then but there's so much, you know, anything that's breaded, fried, it can fuck with me. So I used to just love to try all kinds of different stuff, and it sucks that I don't get to anymore.
Man, that's one thing that's funny is I'm not a big pasta guy.
Never was.
No. I mean, you know,
it's just carbs. It's quick energy, and then it's like I'm hungry again, and it just spikes my blood sugar. And
I just don't know what it is. I just never have liked it. I almost blame like one of my stepdads when growing up, because he wouldn't eat like fish and stuff like that. He would eat like chicken on the grill, but you know, he had to have like meat and potatoes and shit like that. And if it was anything different, it was always spaghetti.
Yeah, I don't care for spaghetti.
Oh man. But what's funny is like I like making my own chili mac and shit like that with the spaghetti noodles. I love it like that, but like I'm not a big fan of red sauce. If I
No.
do eat spaghetti, I'm more of like a fettuccine, Alfredo guy. The white sauce. I'm more into that, or I'm even more into the just like olive oil
Yep.
on just regular spaghetti and butter and stuff like that. I'd rather have that than like red marinara sauce.
Yeah, the acidity kind of used to get to me. I don't have any problem with it anymore, really. But yeah, the red sauce, yeah, it's just too acidic.
Yeah. I
Give me
just,
a
it's
heartburn.
right. And it's not, and what's messed up, I love raw tomatoes. I can take a tomato, I can quarter a damn tomato and put salt and pepper on it and eat it like that.
Nope.
I know. A lot of people are like that. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I eat a little chunk of tomato about once every year or two, and I'm like, nope. I just don't like the flavor, the texture. But I like I like pizza, spaghetti sauce, yeah, or not spaghetti, but pizza, um, ketchup. I mean, it's just one of them things. Just can't eat a raw tomato. It's just disgusting.
Oh, I could see now. The only thing I don't like are beets.
I like them.
See, and a lot of people do. And I can't, pickled beet, if you put that shit even on my plate and it goes into the rest of the food, to me, I'll throw that plate away.
No, it doesn't bother me. I just don't like chunks of tomato on a salad. I'm always picking them off, or like on a sandwich, and I've got to open it up and pull out this slimy,
And I'm not a huge fan of fucking olives.
Oh, I love them.
Oh, man. I get a weird aftertaste after them.
Yeah, I love them.
So, yeah, but anything else I'll eat. Any seafood, I've tried everything. There wasn't. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just got to be cooked. I'm not a big fan of the raw fish and, stuff like that. Hopefully we don't get to where we have to eat bugs and shit like that.
No, but that's what your lobster and your shrimp is.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're insects of the sea. No, I don't want to ever get to a fear factor point of life where like, oh, this is what I need to survive. Yuck.
Yeah. Although I did watch this, I watch all them survivor shows, and I watched this dude eat skewer these scorpions. It's funny, we were talking about those, but he was eating these scorpions. And man, I mean, he was cooking them over that fire, and he was like, man, they taste like a warm cashew. And I'm sitting there thinking, damn, I wish we had some scorpions. I'd, throw some on the pellet grill. And
I'd try it.
I would once. I think I did eat a cooked grasshopper, fried grasshopper or something. We were at, I don't remember where we were. But they had where you could take a little cup, and it was like they were actually kind of breaded and everything. And yeah, I tried them. They were. I mean, it was it. I don't.
Once you bread it and fry it, you probably wouldn't have a whole lot of original flavor anyway. I don't know.
And yeah, that's what it was. Almost like a at what the hell's a fish place? Long John Silver's, you get those little crunchy things.
Yeah.
With your that's what it kind of reminded me of.
Yeah.
So now
I could see that.
Yeah, but yeah, so eating, fuck, we've talked about everything this show, Evan. Eating bugs.
Yeah, the last 15 minutes has been pretty much about crap we eat or won't eat.
I am digging my new fridge.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't know if I'd get used to, because, dude, this is the first time ever that my freezer has been on the bottom.
I like them. I don't like the side-by-side fridges that are the full length, where you got the freezer on the left and you got the fridge on the right. I hate those. I hate those small shelves. We have one of those out in the garage, and I mean, for garage fridges, it's fine, but I always feel like I'm looking into like a tunnel, like, these skinny shelves, like trying to find stuff. And so we've got the same style as yours. It's the side by, up at the top is your fridge and the freezer on the bottom. And I really dig it. And the doors open side by side, so you don't have a big ass door you're opening. And
Right.
because we have a really tiny kitchen, and you don't want a big door to swing open all the time.
No, I like it. I didn't know if I would get used to it, because at first I was like, but then I got to thinking, I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, this is going to save you from bending down a lot, because you're always bending down to grab something out of the fridge and everything like that. And I'm like, this is actually a pretty damn good design.
I like it.
I do too. I like I said, I was kind of iffy at first, but I've come around.
When you're spending that much money on a fridge, you better be happy, because I mean, I don't know what this one cost, the total was, but I know it was up there. But I mean, hell, the one I bought in Decatur back 10 years ago was the cheapest fridge I could find. It was just a Frigidaire, a white Frigidaire, and it was like $600,
Yeah.
And that was bottom of the. And these days, I mean, I don't know. Can you get a fridge under $1,000? I mean, are they over that? I don't know. I didn't shop. She went and got it, and you know how it is.
I don't think so, man. I think the cheapest one that I even saw, that was half-ass decent size. I think you can get a real small one for like maybe $800-900, but then for like just a full size regular, I think the cheapest one I saw was like $1,300. And it was plain Jane,
Yeah.
Looked like it would, you better be careful taking it in the house.
Yeah. Well, this one we have, it's like yours, but the right door, the left has got the water and ice. The right door, it's got a glass panel, and you can open up and get into the door without opening the whole door itself. Like if you got beverages or condiments in there, it's pretty cool. Or, because it's kind of a smoked glass piece, you just go up there and dunk, dunk, knock on it, and it will light up, and you can kind of see what's inside or whatever. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's that little extra shit that's just kind of, it's extra.
Right.
But it's kind of neat too.
Hey, did you, I know, Kim kind of got me into this fucking show, man. Have you ever, it's on the USA Network, Grizzlies or Chrisley's Know Best. That Todd Chrisley or whatever his name is.
No.
I did forget to mention that, because that dude, man, he's a metrosexual guy. The first time I've ever seen him, go to YouTube and just pull up a video of him, and you would think he was gay.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But then you find out he's got kids and a wife, and you're like, oh, okay. He's just metrosexual, and he's really a stylish kind of guy, has to wear name brand shit. Well, I guess they're facing like 30 fucking years in prison for like wire fraud, bank, a bunch of shit with the IRS.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, God damn, y'all letting killers out. But y'all take that fucking with the money serious. 30 fucking years?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't rob from rich people.
No.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you'll have to read. We might talk about that maybe next week I'll let you get into that. Just go to YouTube and read, watch a couple videos. You'll get on board, and because I'll have to look into it a little more too, because I think it was like, God, there was a couple counts but they got released under home arrest and shit like that. So, I mean, they're probably going to end up buying their way out of it, but it's just, to me, it's like, wow, man, 30 years.
Yeah, that's extreme.
Whew. But, I mean, if they defrauded people and shit, then, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do with them people.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, Evan. We gave them
Another 20.
Yeah, we gave them an extra 20.
15 or 20.
Yeah. So, AlfromDtown.com. Thank you for checking us out. I need to reset that timer on that fish tank because when that goes off, it messes with the lighting on my camera. I noticed now I'm a little pink.
What's weird is your camera, to me, it's only clear right where your face is, and everywhere around it's all like blurry. Is it meant to be that way?
No. Oh, what you mean on? Yeah, I see that.
Wait.
On, yeah, right on. It must be. But
Maybe
yours
move your
don't
head
look-
around. Does it follow you? No, it's just kind of clear in center.
I wonder if that's because I'm running 2 cameras.
I don't know.
Yeah, it might be. Anyway, guys, Evan, anything you want to say?
No, man. If you stuck it out for an hour and 5 minutes, congratulations and thank you.
Yeah, no shit. And thank you for checking out AlfromDtown.com. We're getting a lot of traffic through there, and that makes me happy because I have to pay for that shit.
Yeah, I got a text from our friend Guitar Dave, and I said, "Hey, me and Alan are doing Shogun." I directed him to. He's not a Facebooker, but I said, "Check out AlfromDtown.com."
Yeah. So cool, man. Hopefully we'll hear from Dave. Man, we got some stuff coming up on that. I gotta wait for a little bit because the money it's gonna cost. I don't have it right now, but we'll get there. This is our hobby. I mean, so no need to go broke over a hobby.
No.
We ain't making no money. I'm gonna have to start a OnlyFans before long.
Oh shit.
That's when me and Evan do the rest of the show butt naked.
Yeah. We'll do OnlyFans. No GoFundMe's. We don't do that.
Yeah, but we got to get naked. We got to make sure we're doing, we got to feel like we're working for it.
Yeah, I'm making big money.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. Love, peace. Be good to one another.
Later.